Okay, in short, you are not supposed to question what they teach you or tell you is a fact, because that is disruptive. You are not taught to think about what they tell you is a fact. You are just supposed to instantaneously believe it, like I did, like I was. Okay, when I looked at one of my antique globes, I never thought anything more than how beautifully it was made. Paper mache globe from 1820 was beautiful. I never thought about how that water's doing that. I never even realized or understood that water seeks and maintains its level. I never thought about it. Now, a vacuum, we are taught they are inert, that they don't do anything, that it's the outside pressure or atmospheric pressure that does the work. If there's a vacuum, the outside pressure will rush in on its own accord, by its own action, that a vacuum is nothing or the absence of air. Okay, this is not true. And these little simple experiments can prove that vacuums do suck, but they do not expect you to question what they teach as facts. And there are a lot of things out there that can debunk the nonsense they teach easily. For instance, and again, I can create a vacuum inside this plastic bottle by pressing the air out. Press all the air out, which is hard, and place it against my skin. And you can see and feel that bottle, the vacuum within this bottle, is sucking on the skin of my arm and pulling it into the bottle. There is no outside pressure doing anything to this plastic bottle. Nothing whatsoever. And as I show you, come on, let me get this string here, and I can blow it. But there's no outside pressure doing anything. It's not pushing the bottle against my arm. It is not doing anything to this string. It's not doing anything anywhere. It's not pushing the string against the bottle or the bottle against my skin. Okay? The outside pressure does not know what's going on in this bottle. It can't. It's not sentient. Now, down the line, and soon I'm going to get a transparent medicine bottle, so you can see my skin being pulled into this bottle. Now, this pop you're about to hear is the resistance or the vacuum sucking on my skin, not wanting to release. You see? Okay, no outside pressure had anything to do with that plastic bottle affixing to my forearm. Nothing. We are taught these lies because we are taught that a big spinning ball, it doesn't matter what shape it is, anything that has a gaseous atmosphere, oxygen, covered in oxygen, cannot maintain that inside a vacuum or near a vacuum. This is even worse. We are taught that the ball earth, it could be a square earth, it could be whatever, that the earth is covered in gaseous atmosphere. Like when you see the earth from outer space, one of their pictures or animations, it shows clouds all over the earth. Okay, so they're depicting clouds and air and gas above the earth and around the outside surface of it. But they're also saying that that whole system is within, not next to, but within an infinite and expanding vacuum universe. So on every side, every which way you go, there's a vacuum directly next to the atmosphere and oxygen of the earth. Okay, and this is what would happen in reality if outer space was an infinite vacuum. Okay, the bottle is going to be the vacuum because it has a vacuum within it once I press all the air out of it. Okay, and my arm is the earth. Okay, the skin is the atmosphere. You see that? It's getting sucked into the bottle, and that's what keeps it affixed. Okay? And I can feel it, and it is a strong pull. My skin is being sucked into that bottle, and I will show that with a transparent bottle very soon. Okay? There's no outside pressure doing anything to this bottle to keep it affixed to my arm. It's ridiculous. Okay? To be told that. They tell us a lot of stuff that we are to instantaneously believe because that's the way we've been programmed, to instantaneously believe everything they teach us. And I'm not saying they're lying. They're just teaching what they believe to be true, that they were taught from people they trusted. And those people learned a whole lot of nonsense from people they trusted and believed it to be true. Okay? There's no atmosphere here blowing or pushing this string against the bottle. There's no atmosphere out here doing anything to this bottle. What is keeping this bottle to my skin is what's going on inside the bottle. I eliminated the air. I pushed it out. So that pushing out is a negative force, a sucking force. And you create a sucking force. So when that bottle goes to expand, it'll pull whatever is there into it. Whatever is directly next to it, it'll pull into it to fill the available volume. Now you can hear this. Let's see if you can see. You see that? My skin is being sucked into that. Oh, I don't like hitting my computer like I just did. My laptop. But we are lied to. We are lied to because they teach us a false doctrine, a false model. And it's a shame because people see the video I made and other videos and, wow, that was a big piece of dust, looked like an orb. It was dust. Okay? And they cannot handle, they don't have the character to understand they've been lied to. It's far easier to just believe what they say and move on. Okay? But in my world, in my mind, that debunks an infinite outer space universe vacuum. The Earth could not exist within a vacuum like that. We would not be able to breathe. We wouldn't be here. The air would be gone. It would be sucked away. Okay? Do you understand that? And for those of you who want to say that gravity that emanates from the center of the Earth or from the alleged curvature of space-time being curved by the alleged mass of the Earth, there's no amount of gravity that the Earth could produce via its mass that could compete with an infinite and expanding vacuum universe. Okay, the Earth would be comparable to a grain of sand within an infinite universe vacuum. There's no way that anything pulling the atmosphere of the Earth back towards the ground or the center of the Earth could compete with a surrounding infinite and an expanding vacuum universe. And then we have the other problem that, which is a major one, gravity itself has never been directly detected on the Earth. Never itself through any known means of propagation. There are too many, I don't say red flags because there would be, the red flag would have to be 100 miles big. These are fatalities. Okay? The laws of thermodynamics and entropy and gas law contradict the Earth being covered in a gaseous atmosphere within an infinite vacuum universe. The Earth could never keep its atmosphere around its outside surface like that. It could never, not even near all the air on the Earth from the ground and upwards would be gone. It would be consumed in a violent manner. It would be torn away. We wouldn't be here. We'd have nothing to breathe. It just astounds me how the lengths people go to resist this. They gotta resist it because then their day would have to be interrupted until they could figure out what's going on. They don't want to. They're comfortable being lied to. They're comfortable trusting others to dictate their reality, and it is the path of least resistance. Not me. I want to know the truth. I want to know where I live, and I want to know who or what did it. What made our reality? How are we alive? Okay? We're so special the way our heart beats, and we're electrical in nature. Okay? We cannot reproduce any facet of life in any laboratory. They make little drones and stuff, but they cannot mimic a fly in any organic way whatsoever. But you're going to tell me that nothing from nowhere with an IQ negative 1 trillion, not even with an IQ of 1 point, made everything? When the genius of men, some of these people have IQs over 200, and they cannot even mimic a fly with organic matter in any manner whatsoever. It is illogical. Okay, there's a chain of command for things that exist that we have to make. It requires a superior being that has the ability of thought. Without thought, you can't do anything. You can't form a plan and a process and a repeated execution. Yet we're taught evolution produced 3 million species of life on the earth from nowhere, that these cells in a primordial soup produced a male and a female version at the same time for each species of life on the earth. That is so illogical and stupid. It astounds me that people pay money to go get a degree in this nonsense. We do not live on the outside surface of a giant spinning ball. The Atlantic and Pacific Oceans are blatantly depicted on every globe in existence. Water does not do that. Not even 1 inch of water can be curved in every laboratory, in any laboratory upon its surface.